right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. If you've been here before, welcome back to the show. This is the 4040 Network. We talk about life after any major event now and how to move forward successfully. We are in the thick of it. We are in the shits. We are dealing with the bullshit, all of it, all the bulls and all the shits. We are here.
We're
And
in
if
the
you
thick of
landed
it.
right in the
We're in
thick
the
of it,
thick of it.
that's where we are, right in the
We're
middle
in
of
the
it. I
thick
am
of it.
Grannee, she is. And I will allow my co-hosts to introduce themselves so we can get into whatever it is we're getting into tonight.
All right, guys, what's up? It's Jay Hall, co-host with the most. Yo, the chocolate man is on the air tonight. And so, right? So check this out. I'm going to kick it over to the CEO. Whoa. Introduce yourself, man.
Hello world, what's happening, man? We gonna have some fun tonight, but I'm telling you right now, the show is properly titled "Complete and Utterly Chaos." What you gonna witness tonight between us is organized chaos. We gonna talk about the chaos that's going on in this goddamn country.
Yeah,
And we gonna have a laugh or two at it too. So
absolutely.
make sure y'all tuning in, subscribing to the I Am War Media Group on YouTube. That is the only platform the shows will be airing on going forward.
Right.
You hear me?
Mhm. What's the song? Look at Ross. Welcome, Ross. You know what? We're gonna get
What
Ross a
up,
play.
man?
I'm gonna put his name across here one day and we're gonna rep Ross all show. I love this.
That's
Take
it.
time to tell me you really care. And we'll
Yes,
share
yes.
tomorrow together. I'll always love you.
Oh.
Forever.
So guys, we want to welcome y'all to the to the DEI show. You know, all of us are diverse. We definitely believe in equity, and we're going to include y'all
What
in
are
the
we?
chaos that's about to happen. We're diverse, right?
Are, are
We
you
believe in
calling us
equity.
niggas?
He did.
I think I am.
I have
Are you
not
calling us
Black,
nobody.
niggas?
I
no,
ain't
Just
nobody
tell
do
us.
I'm
you. I definitely ain't nobody do you.
no. I can't stand. I love black folks, but I can't stand.
Just saying niggas.
Listen, I heard that
Mm,
DEI is supposed to be niggas.
mm,
See,
That's what
the
I heard.
crazy part is they
mm,
think they hear DEI and they think black and brown. They
mhm,
don't want to go and look at the stats and see who's really benefiting from that shit.
mm.
Right.
So it's funny to us. We can laugh because we know damn well that shit don't
It's a
apply to
dog
us.
whistle. It's a dog whistle. It's a dog whistle for someone to believe that, oh, I don't have a job because of DEI. And I am mediocrely qualified, but Jamal over here has to be 3 times better just to get half of my results. But I'm more qualified. You know, I
And
think that's a mental illness to
can I
even
keep it above
believe
with
that.
y'all? What's been making
Yeah,
me
go ahead.
what's really been kind of like irritating my soul
Mm-hmm.
is been listening to people all week long. Like it's multiple people now that's actually getting bold. They're confirming everything we believed about MAGA. Remember, I said this a while back. MAGA and Republicans, two different things. They're
Right.
not the same thing. MAGA showed their ass this week. And they came out, they had some people come out. I ain't gonna say no names, but they had some folks come out and they was on some, we need to get back to the point where competent white men are now in charge. That's how we get back to being the America we once knew.
Oh, that guy, wasn't he dismissed because he went to a white nationalist?
That same
Um,
guy.
yeah, he went to a conference. He was dismissed, rehired, and now he wants to talk about competent.
What's his name?
Yeah,
I ain't
he
gonna
who
say
shall
it
not
right.
be named, because we ain't trying to give him no press. He who
Him who shall
Vol-
not be named. And I'm
his
not
name
letting
is
the Republicans off the
Voldemort.
hook. I'm
Just
not
know,
letting the
like I told you
Republicans off
earlier,
the hook
check your
either.
IG. Check your IG.
Okay, because they're complicit in this shit.
His name is Voldemort.
They're complicit. Fuck them too. Voldemort,
He
not
who shall not be
Voldemort.
named. He shall not be
Girl, look,
dead.
excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry. I have to have a conversation with the cat. Girl, I am on air. I'm gonna need you to take that over there. Yes. Y'all gonna hear a lot of meowing tonight.
This ain't that kind of show.
Mm.
Only fans only. This ain't that kind of show.
Well, you're gonna
That's
hear
the
a lot
only.
of meowing.
That's the only pussy you
So
will
just
see
put
on
that
this
out
show.
there. If you're listening with your headphones and you keep hearing a cat meowing, I have two roaming around in here with me. So just to let y'all know that. But anyway, that's a side note. But this is what got me. This is what really, really, as that one guy says on Instagram, you know
You
what
can't
really,
do
really jammed my Glock? Y'all want to know what jammed my Glock?
it. What's
What
that?
jammed the Glock?
The fact that Trump think he is king of the world right now.
Who's stopping him?
Apparently, the president in South Africa said, sir, I'm gonna need you to worry about yourself. Because if you come over here, you're gonna fuck around and find out. Okay?
Oh, you mean this president? This one right here?
Which one?
Issue that Donald Trump fears so much. We offer this question of the land. I don't know what Donald Trump has to do with South African land because he's never been here. And he must keep his America. We will keep our South Africa. That's what he must do. South Africa is our land. South Africa belongs to all the people who live here in South Africa. It does not belong to Donald Trump. He can keep his America. And Ene is even worse. He's even worse. When I meet him, I will tell him. I'll say, you, Donald Trump, you are even worse because your forebears came to America. They found...
Yes, ma'am. When I meet him, I'm gonna tell him. You don't even own the land you in right now, sir. You wipe those people out. If you don't go sit your pasty ass down, because you're gonna FOFA coming over here. Go ahead.
So here's the deal, because right now America is not feeling South Africa. South Africa's clicked up. They clicked up with the BRICS, right? And the BRICS is about that bull, right? Because they are outproducing all the G7. They are actually divesting themselves of the American dollar.
Stop. Explain BRICS. Just in case somebody's watching and they don't know what that stands for. Just the name, the countries that are part of BRICS.
Okay, so BRICS is a conglomerate, and what they're doing is they're actually trying to end the strength, that the stranglehold that the West has when it comes to financing on the world. So you have Brazil, Russia,
Africa,
that's South Africa, India.
So it's
and the C is.
We lost one out.
I forgot it just that quick.
It's okay.
But it's a conglomerate of them. But it's more than just those countries, because a lot of smaller countries are joining the BRICS. And because they're a conglomerate of countries that the West has traditionally overlooked, stepped over, and not paid any attention to, they are coming together to change how assets are being valued, what monetary system they're actually going to use. There's a lot of them are saying, you know what? We're not going to trade in dollars. We're going to trade in our own currency, or a currency that they're actually probably looking at amongst themselves, which will actually do a lot of damage to America and the rest of the G7. So that's where we are right now. And it's about that money. And so right now, South Africa is talking because, by themselves, they probably would stand up, but definitely they're clicked up. They are definitely clicked up at the point.
So here we go. We're going to name them all. And he's right there, clicked up. It is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. And they're doing business together. Yeah, you forgot China. They're doing business together. I don't know, but they are reshaping on an international level how business is done, because they're saying it can be done without the West, like he said, and they are making great strides in that. And if you go on Roland Martin's unfiltered YouTube channel. He has the full response to Donald Trump, and Donald Trump was saying some crazy shit about how they're doing terrible things in South Africa, many terrible things, but he didn't explain what those terrible things were. And the president of South Africa came back on that ass so quick. Speaking of coming back on that ass, that is not the only clapback. But did you have something else to say before I switch gears? Because it's so much this week.
Yeah. So what happens is this. So there are policies that were put in place some years ago that actually helped a certain elongated muskrat and his family become billionaires from South Africa, right? So what's going on now is there are some policies put in place from a previous administration that's putting a stranglehold on a small minority of people in South Africa that is still maintaining control. And so South Africa is looking at redistributing some land there that was taken away from the indigenous people by ancestors of elongated muskrat. And so he doesn't like it. And so now he's over here with America. He's throwing darts, saying, "Oh, all of the white farmers and all the white people there they're being mishandled, misused, misabused, and they're having their land taken from them without any recompense, without having any money whatsoever." And so that's not true. And that's what you guys are. And that's what you're going to see that's a part of what the president from South Africa is going to explain, right? So,
yes.
But I'll let you guys see that part. We're not going to go into it. We're going to let you have that gem, but it is an amazing find.
Most definitely. And today I was on YouTube, something came up about BRICS, which made me look into BRICS and all the changes that they are making. And this is the crazy part. Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, they are standalones. They really don't need America. And the last time I checked, we are indebted to China by some trillions, I do believe. We owe China a shit ton of money. Hence the reason the tariff to China was only 10%, as opposed to him trying to impose 25% tariffs on both Canada and Mexico. And they came back on that ass quick, too. Quick. And Canada was so quick with it, I almost didn't have time to blink and swallow. Okay, I'm just, god dang. They came back quick as shit. So
some more development happened. So the Trump administration came back and said, "Oh, we have that Canada and Mexico have bowed to Trump's will, and they've said we don't want the smoke."
That's not true.
So when you look further into it, you see that he and Trudeau sat down, and he said, "Hey, Trudeau was like, look. What if I do this? Take away the tariffs." Trump was like, "Yeah, I'll do that." That's he felt like he won, walked on off. But what Dumb Done didn't realize. Dumb Done.
I was waiting on this part.
What Trudeau promised was something he had already signed with Kamala and Biden in December of 2024.
Well, damn.
See, that's the bullshit right there. That's bullshit right there, right there.
And so he had no idea, and people in his administration had no idea because no one apparently reads in the Trump administration. Nobody. A lot of them are mediocre, right? But they're the best and brightest of the mediocre, right? Okay, but they didn't, and so guess who else did the same thing?
Not Mexico.
They did the same thing. We're gonna do this, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm the man." They had already promised in
So wait,
writing.
what was Trump's response though?
"I'm the man. Yeah, so we're gonna take away the tariffs. We're gonna take away the tariffs for 30 days." And just try it out and see. But I'm still going to put the tariffs, small hands, on China. Okay.
Yeah,
so, what an idiot. This guy's an idiot. They have already put this in place with Biden and Kamala.
So
Yeah,
basically, when we hear him talking about they kiss the ring, kneel down, and all that other bullshit, like he really made something happen.
he
We
made
can
nothing
successfully
happen.
look at him after hearing him say that and just go,
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. There's no wonder you get D's and everything.
Absolutely.
Now let's think
right.
about the domino effect that him making that announcements about the tariffs had on not just Mexico and Canada. What happened immediately after he tried to oppose those tariffs was the global stock market took a dive. It took a dive, a big time dive.
Huge
Not only that, right. Oil prices jumped, and world leaders ready to do tit for tat for him. So other world leaders are gearing up to smack that ass if he try to come with the bullshit. Okay.
But here's the thing,
he's gonna dial it back. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You do know that the same way those leaders know what's going on with us, and I want everybody to wake up. The world is now trying to fight for us.
Yes,
they're marching for us. They feel sorry for us.
Thank God somebody do.
Do you? Same people who we supposed to go help because they can't always fight their own fight. They are speaking up on our behalf. You know, we supposed to be the most freest country. They speaking up.
They like that's some over in America.
They see that it's an inside job. I put on my Instagram page today, and it's a quote by Sun Tzu. And if you all do not know, I am a strong supporter of the Tao, which is the Tao Te Ching of the Tao. That is one philosophical, spiritual movement that I 100%.
The Art of War.
The Art of War. Sun Tzu said this: an evil man will destroy his nation just so he can rule over the ashes.
Mm-hmm.
Someone that's so hell-bent on having power by any means necessary, and I said this last week, he will steamroll America and be the leader of literal ash just to say he won. And for the people who are falling on their swords for this, man, your brain needs to be studied because you're so far entrenched in indoctrination that you can't see your asshole from your mouth. And that shit is wild to me. I can't even hold a conversation with a maggot. Okay? And that's what they are. They're fucking maggots. Have you ever opened your trash can and saw maggots crawling in it? Can you reason with those maggots?
You can't do shit with them.
No, it's hard to kill them. But they will crawl all over and out and all around. And if you don't watch it, and if you cannot quell that, I don't even know what to call it. The infestation of that, it gets worse because they just keep multiplying. And I don't know what the world is going to take to get maggots to understand that you are supporting a tyrant. Me and Jonathan had a conversation earlier today, and we were talking about Nazi Germany and how the charismatic leader, which was Hitler, convinced those people over there to vote for him. And in 38 days, he had completely infiltrated their government and started putting Jewish people into gas chambers. And that is not a fictional story, people, for those who keep trying to say the Holocaust didn't happen. It definitely happened. Okay? We watched a video in high school in civics class called Eyes on the Prize series. And Jonathan, you may remember this. Miss Warren taught it. And part of Eyes on the Prize series talked about the civil rights movement and the atrocities that happened there, slavery and atrocities that happened there. And then it talked about the Holocaust. And we saw videos of them stripping these people naked, telling them that they were being quarantined or something, putting them in these gas chambers and taking all of the bodies all at once and dumping them in a mass grave. And this is a 16-year-old watching this. I think I was traumatized from that.
Ain't no thing.
You know what?
That
Ain't no
wow, and that is actual footage. That wasn't, we didn't have Photoshop back then. We didn't have artificial intelligence. We didn't have the internet back in 1992, in 1991. Those were real live footages. They weren't footage. It wasn't faked. Okay. So that happened. And for people to willingly vote for a tyrant when he literally has been saying during his entire campaign and for the last 4 years that he's literally trying to be the king of America. And they voted him in talking about they wanted that the economy to be lower. They wanted the price of eggs and gas to go down. That's not happening. You all have fucked around and found out that's not happening.
I'm paying more for eggs. Excuse me, I ain't paying
eggs are
for it.
$6.99 a dozen. Go ahead.
They cost more than diesel gas.
Yes, they do.
Diesel fuel is cheaper than eggs. Do you remember back in the Gap when you ain't had no money?
You're right, Ross.
One of the most go-to meals is easily scrambled eggs and rice, egg sandwich. Your eggs were always
eggs and cheese
when you have money because they were, they were cheap.
The incredible edible economical egg.
Something that was considered for a broke meal. Now worth more than the price of diesel fuel per gallon.
And don't forget, we have a bird flu that's killing a lot of our birds here.
So now your chicken's in danger.
My daughter told me a story today, and I haven't been able to verify it just because I've been moving so fast. But she said there was an egg heist today or yesterday where someone stole over 100,000 cartons of eggs worth $40,000 from a supply truck. I said I could believe that. Now I haven't vetted that story. Let me look it up right quick. He said, "Behold the all-star platter." No, the all-star platter. We went in while we went in Waffle House today, Ross. The all-star platter on Waffle House's menu, they have put little stickers saying that there's going to be a 50-cent upcharge for every egg order that you have. So it's going to be the same price, but if you get eggs, it's 50 cents. If you get another egg, it's 50 more cents. So yeah.
So on top, an omelet is 3 eggs. Just making sure y'all know that. So that's $1.50 gonna be added on.
It's gonna be added on to your order.
That's a surcharge. That's a surcharge. So where we are right now, and I want to point this out. I want to kind of circle around to the tariffs again and what that means for us. So we might have talked about this, but it's something I know I want to talk about. There's a history lesson in this. In the 30s, with the Great Depression, there were some people, 2 senators, right, who decided to put more tariffs, a smaller amount of tariffs on the rest of the world. Blanket tariffs, kind of like somebody else that we were talking about, right? Okay, for certain people. And they created what was called the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act. What that did to America was it broke America. America had a shot of getting out of a recession, going into a depression, but what that did was put America into the depths of a depression that circled not only, and we didn't have a world economy then, but it went out across the world. But Americans, money was worthless here. And if we continue on this path, because that's exactly what the Orange Cheeto in chief is screaming about, tariffs, tariffs, tariffs. And we already have inflation that's ridiculous. People are losing jobs left and right. Companies are laying off. And now we're going to have tariffs and extra tax. And those social programs that we once had are going away. And not even to mention, the White House is drafting right now an executive order to do away with the Department of Education.
Okay, let's hold on to that. Because I did just confirm that the egg heist was real. The egg heist actually happened. 100,000 eggs worth $40,000 poached from Pennsylvania business As nation scrambles with eggflation, the police are in search of these these people who stole the eggs. So they got away with it. The thieves cracked open the distribution trailer at Pete and Jerry's Organics LLC in Greenscastle on Saturday night and made off with the eggs, leaving the company shell shocked. And the cop said, "So I guess
Shell
eggs are going to
shocked.
now be sold
I
on
was
the
just
black
gonna say, is
market."
that a joke? Is that a joke?
That's not a joke. It's written into
Shell
it,
shocked
and it's
for
so
real.
crazy.
Mhm.
The other part is they said it's a hard-boiled case. What? I think that is funny as shit.
Cheryl,
It's a hard.
Cheryl.
That is from the New
See, that's
York.
the bullshit right there. That's bullshit right there, right there.
I promise. It's also been reported on not only the New York Post, but also Fox News. Yahoo News picked up the story. WVSN 59 in Pennsylvania picked up the story. What else? Oh my God, Baller Alert picked up the story. That shit's wild. I'm looking for like another credible source, but that's all I see. Because NPR said we ain't not reporting on that shit.
All you need is 3.
That's all you need is 3. But there you go. It's an actual story. It actually
They have to be
happened.
credible. If you get credible sources, they have to.
Yeah, these are credible sources.
It's a story.
So
It's a story.
where are
It's
we
credible.
where are we as a country when we're having to steal large quantities of food?
Well, that depends on where you're sitting at.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
See, again, I need everybody to pay attention. These issues were never really truly about black and white.
No.
That is, listen. Okay?
It's about class, you think?
I'm gonna make
I
sure.
got that same book.
I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna make sure y'all understand, okay? All warfare is based on deception.
Oh my God. I don't know if you can see mine because I got my filter on. I feel like taking it off, but look.
Yeah. All warfare is based on deception. So here's the thing. Even with the media, what's happening right now, this shit has become overwhelming. All right. Let me just go ahead and just say this. I'm to a point now where every time I turn around, Elon Musk or Donald Trump or one of these other little minions have done something else, said something else, tried to put something else in writing and signed, just try to, but it's all, I've never seen this much traction under a president in such a short amount of time.
Oh, why don't you?
Well, it's like we said
That's
on
what I'm
another
saying.
show.
There is something else happening, and I don't think we are paying attention.
This is my theory, and y'all let me go down my rabbit hole for just a moment, okay?
It's
All
Easter.
right. So back in the 80s, just bear with me for a minute. Back in the 80s, Trump he used to be Democratic a long time ago. He was repping the Democratic Party back in the 80s when he was a playboy. Yeah, back in the day.
Really?
He was a young man. Now, he did not switch party affiliation. Huh? He's not always been Republican.
But I ain't gonna lie to you. Was he ever young though? Like he's always looked old.
Yes. Oh my God.
He's kind of like Morgan Freeman. Like always old. I don't remember ever seeing you young. I mean, I know you were young by age.
Okay, listen. He was young at one point. He wasn't that big into politics back in the 80s. He was not. He was a playboy. He was famous for being rich, blah, blah, blah. He did a lot of guest cameos in a lot of shows back then, a lot of movies, and people loved him as the social person that he was. I don't think we can call guys socialites. But anyway, long story short, I know he was an asshole back then because he took an ad out to get those black boys arrested and put in jail. I understand that, but he really wasn't publicly repping politics at the time. What the trigger moment was, what changed is Barack Obama became president. And when he did, Trump had a very strong issue with this, and he started the birther movement in the Tea Party. They weren't maggots back then. They were just the Tea Party, an extreme right-wing group white too, within the Republican Party. He started the birther movement because he wanted to say that Obama wasn't born here. And I don't know if they have some kind of inside beef that we don't know about, and I really don't care at this point. But here's my thing. Obama instated the Affordable Care Act, signed into law in March of 2010. March of 2010, he signed that into law. And in Trump's first term, he did everything in his power to repeal the Affordable Care Act. He could not repeal it. Okay, LOL, he said he'll run for the Republican Party, said they were dumb. He did say that in an article in either People magazine or Times magazine. You can Google that. That's a real thing. It's a fact. It's in writing. He did say that if he was to ever to run for a political party, he would run under the Republican ticket because they're so gullible. Okay, so follow me. Follow my storyline. The Affordable Care Act comes into play. It helps millions of Americans get healthcare insurance in America. And the thing about the Affordable Care Act that's so neat, if you do happen to qualify for a plan through it, everybody don't qualify. But if you do happen to fall within the people that do, it makes sure that insurance companies have the 10 essential benefits that you need to be covered under. Okay? It makes sure that those insurance companies within the marketplace are fair to you as the consumer. I know this because Wayne and I worked that contract for me a better part of 10 years. Okay, so if I can't tell you about anything else, I can tell you about this. So here's the thing about the Affordable Care Act. It feeds into the Social Security Administration. It feeds into the Internal Revenue Service. It feeds into the Railroad Retirement Service. Okay, so everything that you report to the Affordable Care Act automatically rolls over into the IRS and the Social Security Administration and the Railroad Administration. The reason they need the most up-to-date information because they understand people lie on their taxes and they lie to Social Security. But what you're not going to lie on when it comes to the Affordable Care Act and health insurance is your health. You're going to give your doctors and your healthcare providers the most accurate information about yourself because you want to get the best care. So the reason they could not repeal the Affordable Care Act because it is ironclad the way it is written, and it is written by people who did have merit, people who are lawyers, people who know the law, they know how to write the law. Okay, it could not be repealed. But now that Trump is in office for a second term, I think, and this is just me personally, this is my opinion, I think what they're trying to do is find ways around repealing that act. One of the ways to do that is to attack the Internal Revenue Service, make it discreditable, make it not safe for us. If you can dismantle the IRS, you can detach it from the Affordable Care Act. Therefore, you can repeal it if you say, hey, these two aren't in conjunction anymore. Now, that's going to kind of fuck him over because, again, the Social Security Administration and the Railroad Retirement System is tied into the Affordable Care Act. It is the most up-to-date information that we get from all Americans that sign up in there. If he can find a way to dismantle each of these agencies one by one, he can then try to roll back things that help us as Americans, but it lines the pockets of his rich friends and people who lobby, the pharmacists, the healthcare companies, because believe it or not, the healthcare companies that come through the marketplace do make money, but they do have to abide by the law, which is providing those 10 essential health benefits to all Americans. And that's a whole nother story for another day. I don't have time to go through all 10, but you can go to ACA.com. I think it is ACA.org, and you can look up this information for yourself. But that's my rabbit hole. I think he's determined to dismantle a lot of the agencies so he can start to really break down benefits for Americans so that the billionaires can get richer and we can be in a state of despair, which is terrible. It's terrible, but I believe that's where we are.
I believe that's a huge part of it. I also believe that this was planned because of, well, the mandate on leadership, right? Which is Project 2025. It was, they put out a mandate on leadership ever since Reagan, and they've gotten about 60 to 65% of their recommendations from each one through each GOP president, right? Now, when Trump lost this last time, and Biden took office, they started a new plan. And within this plan, not only was it a plan, but they also put together what the first 100 days of what the transition team should look like, how it should transition, and how quickly they should move. Everything that we're pretty much seeing was already laid out, but it was also spoken about in those 904 pages of Project 2025. It's not that Trump is a genius and he's doing all this so fast. He had a team of people who are now still working. Yeah, it's a blueprint. It's like, do this, now do this, now do this. It's already laid out. It's idiot-proof for him.
So who's really calling the shots then? Because obviously Trump's not calling the shot.
It's the Heritage Foundation. There you go. That's who's running. We don't see much on Vance. JD Vance is not saying much because he is the darling of the foundation. That's how he got to be the vice presidency, because he was an anti-Trump guy at one while, but for him to get power, guess what? He was huge with the Heritage Foundation. So
that
he tagged along.
That to me said a lot, because Trump himself, if you speak ill of him, you are on his hit list. There's no way JD Vance said the things that he said about Trump in the past.
With the brown wife. With the brown wife.
Like a decade ago. Like, he actually said this within the last few years. And then all of a sudden now and it's all because he's an opportunist.
Well, it's not even that. It's not so much opportunist. The Heritage Foundation is like, look, if you want us to back you, because guess what? Trump did not have a platform at all. He didn't have a platform. The whole thing is 2025. Now he had, something 47 or whatever. It's the same thing as Project 2020. It is exactly the same thing. That's what he was. And he said, "Oh, I don't know anything about it. Just vote me. Well, I'll bring the eggs down. I'll do." None of that's happened because the playbook.
He said two things. He said two things, and you couldn't prove one, and the other one is a fact. He didn't lie. One thing about Trump, he gonna tell you what it is. He said, "My name, I am not affiliated in no way with the Heritage Foundation. And if you go and look for Donald Trump's name, you will not find his name anywhere."
Yet he's running their play.
But again, he also said that was the one that he didn't lie about. The one that you got to prove, which he's kind of showing now. He said, "I don't know anything about it. Not familiar with anything of it. I haven't read it. I haven't done." And yet you're executing the playbook to the T. How you know all the plays and you ain't show up for practice?
Also, a few members of his first administration, one in particular has been called the architect of Project 2025, who's back in his administration. The people that he had, that was a think tank that was in his administration, came into the think tank to bring it to fruition. I don't know anything about it, but the people I hire, the people who are on my team are creating it. I don't know anything about it.
Well, let's think about this. Let's think about it. If he's saying that he was not a part of it, he's not part of the foundation, they had to offer him something to make him know or feel like he had a 99.9% chance of being king of America. They promised that man something. For him to be signing documents, how he's signing documents left and right out the ass and out his mouth and saying everything, they promised him something that he felt like it was solid and guaranteed that he's going to roll with this, even if it means rolling over every single one of his constituents. Because let's be honest, the people who voted for him, and we saw the stats, most of them were uneducated. Most of them only had a 10th grade education. Most of them have never been to college. Most of them think people who go to college are the ones who are in the matrix.
Or they're elite.
We're their enemy.
Talking about that he is governing by, we're governing by he's governing by common sense. He is appealing to the people who don't have education, because he knows that as long as they feel like they have a proximity to wealth, because they have him as their president, they will continue to fall on their swords for him. Maggots. It's the perfect name for him. Maggots.
Guess who else? Guess
Now,
who else did that in
if
history?
you're a conservative and you're a Republican and you're not rocking with Trump to this level, then this isn't for you. But the ones that will fall on their sword for this man, who have a 10th grade education, and they are blue collar worker, and some of them are actually in the working corporate world. Because I've worked with quite a few dumb mother who support Trump, and when I tell you they are stupid, oh, they make my teeth itch. They're so stupid. But because they have this, they think this trumps everything. Oh no, it doesn't matter what I do, but it look like this.
That's
So
why I told you.
that means that whatever Trump does, I'm going to benefit from it because I look like this.
But
And
that's
they sound like
the
that.
deception part. And
Isn't
that's
that
why
really DEI?
That's DEI.
But that's the
That is
deception
In that
part.
DEI? In that really the whole purpose? In that whole that's
When
yeah.
you, when you
that's
fight
uneducated,
a fight
unqualified, get a
or
yeah.
a
That's
war,
what it is.
if you will, when you fight a fight or a war, you have to know who your enemy is. Who is your opponent? Crazy part is, I need y'all votes so I can make. He said it throughout the entire election. Let's just get the votes, and then you won't have to vote again. He's making it known. I just need y'all to step in and do this. Even though I'm not giving you any policies, even though I'm not telling you anything beneficial, even though the little bit of truth that you want to hear, it ain't the truth, but I'm going to say it because it's going to get me what I need to get. I want to do this. I want to create this diversion because I really am actually the devil himself. I just need you to know that. I don't need you to focus on me. So let's create some type of division. Y'all
not
Republicans, right?
Y'all know who Kaiser Sose is?
Who? Wait, say that again.
I said, not him trying to pull a Kaiser Sose.
I have heard that name before. Say it
Okay,
again.
I am a movie buff. I love movies. So there's a movie back in the early 90s. It's called The Usual Suspects. It has Stephen Baldwin in it, Benicio del Toro, Kevin Spacey. Anyway, the opening line in this movie is, the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. And then the movie starts. And this one guy named Virgil in the movie, pretends to be handicapped. Through the whole movie, he pretends to be special needs and handicapped. And so all these heists are taking place, and they round up this group of usual suspects, right? It's the people who are normally tagged and profiled for crimes and whatever. They have petty rap sheets. Well, they all get round up, and one by one, they all die. They are the proxies in the story. Okay? They are the scapegoats that end up getting killed for some infraction they did to Kaiser Sose. Each one of them had robbed him or done something to him. So the police who's investigating this, guess who he's interviewing? Virgil, the special needs handicapped person who walked with the little, he was the in the movie. Whole movie he played, I don't know what's going on. He played that character. So finally, end of the movie comes, and they start doing the flashbacks. The police lets old Virgil go, and Virgil just go, okay, thank you. Walk on out, right? Each step he takes at the end of the movie, he shakes that hand out, he lights a cigarette, he loses that limp, walks right on over to his portion, gets in. He was Kaiser Sose the whole time. He was the devil. Time. But he tricked the people so well, even the police he had fooled. All the while, he murdered every single one of those people who were named as the usual suspects, and he got away with it scot-free. That's one of my favorite movies. That's what's happening, I feel like.
That's the only thing. If you think about what Trump and those the minions, what did they ever have in common? He grew up with a silver spoon in his mouth. The only reason he's able to say he's got any kind of money is because what his daddy left him. But the other than that, the only thing they ever had in common was their skin complexion.
That's it.
So I have to be able to relate to them. That's where Make America Great Again came from. Because the time when America was great was when the white man was in control of everything. And so it started as just a slogan, became a way of life, And then all of a sudden now they are basically their own party. Like I told you, Republicans and MAGA, not the same thing at
It's
all.
not. Here's the thing, though. We have to remember Trump is a boomer. He is a boomer. Okay. And this was the last election where a lot of those boomers were able to vote. Because trust me, the next election come around, a lot of boomers are going to be dead. Let's just be honest. They're in their 70s, 80s, and 90s. They are dying quickly. So this was his last stance at the Alamo. Okay.
Maybe.
And it's a lot of boomers that still think like Trump. Because think about it. People don't really, especially if they don't have the mindset to turn on progression. Trump never progressed past whatever his ideology was, you know, and he did rock with all the rich people and all the black people and all the famous people. And I remember Don Cheadle even saying this. Y'all know who Don Cheadle is, right? For y'all who don't know, he's a famous black actor. He said that his dad used to golf with Trump, and Trump said he used to use the term nigger all the time. And how he loved nigger women because they had the best PUSSY. And so Don Cheadle and his dad, of course, didn't fuck with Trump because of the things he said back then. So it's not like people don't know this man is a racist, that he feels a certain way about not just black people, obviously brown people. He over there attacking South Africa. Sir, how deep does your hate run?
This right here.
Trump stole the tagline from Reagan. Reagan's campaign.
He stole more than that from Reagan. Think about it.
Yeah, he did.
When was the last time a president was actually somebody attempted to assassinate a president? Wasn't it Reagan?
Yeah, I think he had an attempt on his life. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Reagan. Mm-hmm. You ain't seen nothing, no foolishness. Nobody's been stupid enough to try a president since Reagan. Mm-hmm. And out of nowhere, somebody's shooting at Trump.
I don't believe
it. Boy, look, man, they turned the whole situation into, they try to make him seem like he's some kind of hero.
Here's the thing. That wasn't even, I bet that little boy walking around free right now. The little boy that shot Trump, I bet he out right now eating a snow cone somewhere in his small town of America, wherever he's at. He's not even in jail.
Bet all my money amongst all the other people that he's been freeing. And the January 6th, that little boy walked right on out of there too.
He sure did. Ain't nothing going on with him. They said pretend to shoot him, and we'll fix it up. Because here's the thing: Trump and his people in his cabinet, his staff, they're not pandering to black people, brown people, the rest of the world. They're only pandering to the echo chamber that is their constituency. And as long as they can keep that half of America plus the Electoral College happy, which apparently are maggots too, either that or something real funky went on with voting in November. If not, right, something real funky happened with that shit. Well, either that or that is who he talks to. That's his base. So as long as he is pandering to white supremacists, to what's that, Nazis? What was that group they used to have, the skinheads? Were they Nazis? Do they call them skinheads anymore? That's a term from the 80s.
Those are neo-Nazis.
Proud Boys.
Neo-Nazis, yeah. So Nazis, neo-Nazis, right, super extreme right-wing people. That is who he is talking to.
The Proud Boys.
So the thing is, for us in black and brown communities. Now the brown community, they're gonna have to do their own thing because they did what they did to support that man. They got to deal with the consequences of that. They don't have nothing to do with us over here.
Let me tell you, we are not evil, and in no way, shape, form, or fashion. The seeing the brown people being deported and things like that is that making us happy or anything like that. But what we are doing is minding our motherfucking business, because y'all showed us exactly who you were. We needed everybody on the same page when it came down to this election. I've been screaming, and many what's left of our humanity, what's left of the world as we know it, is at stake. And y'all aligned yourself with the goddamn devil. And not only did you align yourself with him, you actually had the audacity to get in the cameras and in our faces and make it known it's fuck y'all. Cool.
You know what? They did.
Cool.
You know
what?
I
just want to say it real quick. So that the one lady came out on TikTok recently and she talked about living in Florida, and she owned a construction business. And I'm telling you right now, I'll never vote Republican ever again. I voted for Trump because he said he was going to help out and take care, but I didn't know all of this deportation stuff. We own a construction company. People won't even show up for work anymore. Majority of our workers are Mexicans. Right. Majority of your workers are Mexicans. And who did you side with? Matter of fact, not only who did you side with, who did they dumbass side with? And y'all all voted for that man. And now these people won't even show up for work because they scared they're going to get toted on up out of here.
And I don't think I can blame them.
And don't ask us to give a shit. Do not. Because we were supposed to align with each other. At some point in time, we were stupid enough to believe that black and brown were on the same page. Don't get me wrong. We don't hate nobody. We don't dislike you. But do we trust you?
Hell no. Hell no. And on that note, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Looking for great music and dope podcasts? BWNC Radio is where it's at. Black with No Chaser Radio. Download the app now. Come for the dope podcast. Stay for the dope music. Also available on Apple stores and Google Play stores. Welcome to an experience with All That Jazz Entertainment House, where you get great customer service, great establishment, great leadership, great staff. Did we mention the catering, the ambiance, the vibe? All of this stems with great cocktails, great mixes, great mixologists, with a great leader. All That Jazz Entertainment House. Contact Randy Glover for booking.
All right, and we are back. As you can see, please support BWNC Radio, Black with No Chaser Radio. It is Black owned and operated, and we have podcasts and all the latest music. Please download the app and support. It is 100% free. All it takes is for you to twiddle your little fingers over there, download the app, and listen. Please support BWNC Radio. Go ahead.
Real. She speaks real.
Yes.
Listen, now is the time more than ever. These folks have shown you that they will bend. They are breaking. They're not even bending. They are breaking. Right now, Costco slightly bending, but they're not breaking. I'm so proud of Costco, but all these other corporations, these major head figures that you go out here, you spend your money and you support and yada, yada, yada. Fuck them. Look, your people are out here working. You don't have to keep using the same platform because this is where everybody at. Start moving. My fan base is open. The BU social app is open. Black with No Chaser Radio is open. You don't have to keep using all these other different platforms. Right. Black owned is out here, and we're actually bringing you quality product. These shows that we are doing, this is us. There are Black content creators. There are Black news outlets. I support people like Don Lemon. Lost the job with CNN. Don Lemon is hustling his ass off out here, staying relevant. Roland Martin is doing the same thing. Some of y'all might go, fuck Roland Martin. Roland Martin didn't budge.
No, he didn't.
The whole time he stood on business. No matter what his politics was, he said he Black first. Roland Martin did not budge.
Yeah, 10 toes.
10 toes down. Benjamin Dixon. Benjamin Dixon did not bow and bend to the Young Turks, TYT. And if you watch the TYT right now, they are loving and kissing and cozying up to the far right. They were progressives. Ben saw something funny a year and a half, 2 years ago. And plus, a little with the contract they had, and they weren't doing them right. So he walked away. But I think all but two of their Black creators have walked away. And they are courting the right wing right now. What happened to them? They used to be progressive. They used to be the voice of progressiveness. Not anymore.
Right? It's amazing what happened when you put some money in front of some people. You'll find out who they
Money
really
talk.
are.
I will say this: people do have, unfortunately, a price. But before we get too far into that, I want to do my own shameless plug. I'm going full tilt with my own business, 1-800 resumes, LLC.com. Okay. In this business, not only do we do resumes and cover letters for people, we do technical writing, content creation for businesses. And I'm going to soon be launching a set of courses to teach you how to better do presentations, training, anything to do with leadership training, human resources, and corporate training. I'm about to release a barrage of courses on that in my Patreon. So look for that. So please support 1-800 resumes LLC.com. Wayne's gonna put me an ad together. But yeah, we're gonna talk more about it. We are here. We are out here and we are fully launched now. I've been in business for the past 20 years doing resumes, but I decided to make it official 2 years ago. But because it's a new business, as you all know, it takes time to build funding because a lot of these banks don't give Black-owned small businesses grants and funds. So I am fully self-funded in everything I do for that company. So please support. Okay. And I will have the links to this underneath in the description when this is over.
So support
That's
all
my
of it.
That's right.
Hit us up. Like I said, we are really trying to turn things. We don't want to just be someplace where we just sit over here and be messy, talk shit about people, or be miserable. Nah, we really trying to do some things to help build our communities up. And it ain't always just political. It's just this right now is what's the current state of affairs in the country. Let's just be clear. But there's so many more things that actually need to be discussed amongst us as far as Black and brown relations, Black and white, Black on Black, man and woman, or even us
really
as far as parents and children. We have many different things we need to be discussing, and this is the platform to do that here.
Cousins.
So, yeah, support the movement here, man.
Right.
You can find all our information. We ain't hard to find.
No, we'll have the link tree up for sure in the description box. Wayne will have it on his because this is running on 2 platforms. This is running on the I Am Well Media Group YouTube channel as well as the 4040 Network YouTube channel. I don't know if Jonathan has it up on his yet.
Yes, it's all mine. I am Jonathan Hawkins. YouTube.
I am Jonathan Hawkins. Okay, so it's on. It's everywhere. We are moving off of Meta platforms. It's taken a while because I know everybody doesn't move as fast as we move. So I'm off TikTok because that whole thing blew my fucking mind. They were online and they were offline. I thought they moved servers and that felt weird to me. So I'm not on TikTok at all. So if you all are still on TikTok, please know it is no longer available in the Apple Store or in the Play Store on Android phones. And it is not getting the updates. I'm sorry. The American version really isn't getting the updates that you all think it's getting. It will become unstable. It's not a safe place to be. But if you want to continue to be on TikTok because that's where all the trends are, I understand. I moved to fan base and I get it with fan base. I'm having to build a platform all over again. And I cannot stand that shit. It's the most annoying thing to have to build.
You get to monetize all of your platform.
You get to monetize. Ain't nobody digging in your pockets. And what I do love about fan base too, because we're gonna definitely do that. I'm gonna say that as far as the media group goes, you can invest and really reap the benefits of the platform, not just your content, but of your investment with the platform. Something you never could do with any of these other social media platforms. But this is Black.
It's crowdfunding. It's crowdfunding right now.
It's us.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's us. So don't sit here and sing it. Sue me a room for everybody that's Black. Nah, you ain't got to just sing it. Don't talk about it. Be about it.
Right.
Go and do it. Download the app. That don't cost you nothing. Just go and support, subscribe, create you a page. Go support BWNZ. Let me tell you, Black with No Chaser got so many different outlets and avenues. Now they branching out into clothes and everything like that. DJ wore a houndstooth pattern, something close to what you see back here. I know some people don't know the name of it. But a houndstooth pattern coat. And I'm talking about, when I say coat, I ain't talking about like a men's coat that come down to the waist. I'm talking about like shaft. Bitch, what's the price? Let me know. I'm trying to get in. I'm just saying. But Black with No Chaser, they're partnering with some folks. They are moving. Go where you are wanted and appreciated. Stop shopping. Stop collaborating with people who
Begging.
tolerate you.
Stop begging.
Tolerating you. Stop doing it.
Please,
here's the
sub.
thing, and I'm hoping I'm not shooting myself in the foot by saying this too early, but I was talking to my kids about this the other day, talking about supporting. I haven't heard anything about Dollar General stores and that man rolling back any DEI programs, even though I don't even think that man hires based on DEI. The Dollar Generals, it's the one grocery store that you can find in the middle of no fucking where.
Because it's always another one down the road.
It's always another one down the road. They're the only one that I
Everywhere
know
like
of that
Waffle House.
still, yeah, they still have a dollar section in the store. Not like the Dollar Tree where everything's $1.25 and up. They actually have a whole dollar aisle where stuff is still $1 in there that I know
Family
of.
Dollar or Dollar General? Which one?
The hiring practice
Family
Dollar
Dollar,
General.
Dollar General? Okay.
Dollar General, the yellow one. It has the yellow and black logo, not
Okay.
Family Dollar. Dollar General. Okay, they're the ones that you can find in the middle. Like you can go to the town with the one stop light. They got a Dollar General there, and it even has a grocery store in it now. That man's a billionaire. We never hear anything about him, huh?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I used to work for them. I don't know how they make money. Everybody be stealing. Everybody be stealing.
Well, they starting to close those. The ones that has high theft, they're starting to close them down now.
No. I'm telling you, I got one that's right over here on the other side of my house. That one done been robbed numerous times. But the thing is, it hasn't happened lately. But when the way they model the store now, only thing that you can see people with is, or what they're doing is with cameras now, because the shelves are so high and everything. So you can't just stand where you're at as a cashier and see out into the store and think, oh, what they doing here? Everything is transforming and things like that. But at the same time, I don't know how they make money. Everybody be stealing.
Well, Kohl's is the same way. Kohl's, I used to work for Kohl's years ago. We had a security guard in there. They back there watching the cameras. People would literally walk out of there with stuff. And they have the what do you call those little things that's supposed to beep?
Yeah.
And they run off.
Dollar General do too.
Yeah,
they run off with them.
They go off. The one over my house, they go off, and them folks
run off with the plug.
They don't
run
know
off on the plug.
Dollar General though.
but what I'll say about Dollar General, you better start paying these folks. I used to work.
Start paying them. They don't pay them.
I had some of the higher up positions or whatever. It still ain't no money in there. It ain't. When you think about, I worked as and I'm gonna say it so we can move on. I was a store manager at one point, and they started me at $50,000. But I was working down near 80 hours a week.
I was just about to say.
When you average that money out, that is less than $9 an hour. That's why I let Dollar General go.
They was getting it out you.
Nobody can see, because they might have some stuff on camera, but somebody has to be there to watch the camera. There is no security in the building to watch the cameras, and the manager can't be in there watching cameras because he ain't got but 2 other people working in the store. So he got to be on the floor.
It's a lot of these businesses like that, but I just wanted to say, I think that's one of the ones where I don't know if they're rolling back any DEI programs. That man is usually off the grid. Other than making his money, I don't hear much about that particular store. He is one of the top billionaires in the world. Nobody ever talks about the man who owns the Dollar Generals. He made like the top 25 billionaire list on Times. And I'm like, nobody ever talk about that man. But I think even in that article, they said how low key he was. Like, he's not going to be in politics in the limelight. He's just making his money and sitting down somewhere. Okay. But yeah, support Black owned as much as possible if you can find it. If you can find it. Yeah. Like I was saying, it's hard to find a grocery store that's Black owned. It's hard to find
Start small.
a lot of little things that's Black owned, which is it's unsettling, it's unnerving in this country that we don't have a Black owned grocery store chain.
This is what me and my wife
large chain grocery store.
We have Black Fridays. That's what we call them, Black Fridays, and we go support our Black owned business, a different one every Friday. So if it's like a boycott, or if it's a clothing store, or just some kind of Black owned business. And that's why I say you can start small, and once you get to finding out who has what,
let's see if we can find.
Then you can make regular
boycott.
You know what I'm saying? But yes, start supporting your Black owned businesses, even if they're not in. Check the online. Some people have online stores. You feel me? Check them out. But that's
And
what I
here's the
do.
crazy part. I had a dream a few years ago about multiple streams of income, and I started on that shit. I started on it. Not only do we have 1-800-resumes LLC.com, I have A&R Holistics where I make organic products, black owned. I do that. I have some other stuff I do that I'm not gonna mention here. I write books. They're on Amazon right now. I'm gonna write more. I'm gonna put them on there. I gotta find another platform for that too, but that's where they are for now. Getting other black people to support black businesses is almost an act of Congress in itself. Most of the sales I've had on Amazon, do you think they're black people?
They're
No,
not.
no. And the sales when I do vendors fairs and I'm selling my organic products, do you think most of my customers are black people?
Of
No,
course.
You know why,
What?
Cheryl? And I'm
they're
gonna
not.
say this out loud. I think I've said it before. It need to be said again. We do a poor
Mhm.
job, poor job of supporting our own. It's
Yes.
crazy that we can have the platform that we have, or it's crazy that we can have the hustle that we have, and we can have the products that we are willing to push and everything like that. And yet and still, we have to know as business owners, our target audience ain't even the people we know.
No, it's not.
Because y'all ain't gonna come running when you supposed to. You ain't gonna come support like you said like you say you will or whatever like that. It is what it is. And it's sad that it has to be that way. But at some point in time, we got to start turning this shit around. When you want somebody to come buy your baby's Girl Scout cookies, first person you come to, like,
It's a
damn it,
church.
come on,
It's a
man.
church.
Support your folks. Stop waiting to the last minute.
Mm-hmm. Now, that's one thing I will say about the Black community in church. I put that up there because I just found that it's a list of Black-owned businesses in the United States, across the entire United States. So I am going to and link that. Thank you, Jonathan, for putting yours in there. But Afrobiz.com is one, AfrobizWorld.com, and also Exquisite Dreams is Jonathan's real estate brokerage website. So please check that out. He puts more on there. He puts realtor stuff on there, but if you need to learn about taxes, the law, creating an estate, managing an estate, any of that, he puts that on his website. He has videos out about it. If you follow him on social media, you can learn a lot on how to buy a house. Not only that, but to secure your future. So I'm going to have this on my site. So I'm going to have to put this on.
And Ross, I'm gonna make this clear. That don't apply. That don't matter which color it is. I ain't gonna lie to you.
What?
I'm like that with everybody. If you got bad customer service, let me make that clear too, black folk.
What?
You might be good at what you do. You might cook very well. You may have dope product, but if your customer service is trash, you can't be mad when your business is slow.
Oh my gosh,
You
that
need to find
sounds like
somebody
those
else to
restaurants.
be your front man. But that is vital, okay? That is vital. Being able is customer service. If you think you too
Absolutely
big
right.
to service the public, you in the wrong business.
That part. That part.
So I don't care if you black, white, Asian, it don't matter. If your customer service is trash, bye.
You trash. Because it's all
This
about
is the crazy part.
presentation.
That's one of the classes I'll be teaching.
Mhm. Guess
Customer
what?
service. It's important.
Customer service is part of presentation. So
Yes, it
let's
is.
just even say if you bring out it could be the perfect steak, but if it's not presented properly, it'll never reach my lips. I'll never be able to enjoy it and even bring anybody else to see it. I mean, to your restaurant, because it's about presentation. And if you present a piss poor product, you're gonna have piss poor profits.
Right.
That's it.
Very true. So we do have to work on that as a culture, is especially in the restaurant business, is in lawyers. I've met lawyers who are black who don't have really good etiquette. They're not very professional. You know, it's just, it's like, okay, because I'm black and you're black, don't mean that you need to lower your standard of communication with me. I need you to keep it 100 across the board. I need you to be professional. I'm going to be professional with you. Because, hey, at the end of the day, you want to treat your customers the very best. They're the reason you're in business. They're the reason you're able to keep your lights on, right? So we have to do better with that. We really do. And to stop having the mentality too that the next person products is better than your brothers and sisters that's selling it to you. All right, I can't stand that, you know. But what's in your product? What's in there? Okay. You have any reviews on it? Yeah, I do. Actually, here's my website. Here are the people who used it before. Here's my Google page. You know, here are some testimonials of my product that works. And here are the ingredients list. I've had one person ask me for the ingredients list. Okay, now what's it for? What's each of these? Do you ask Walmart that when you go in there and buy whatever the hell you buying that has all kind of chemicals in it that's not good for your body? Are you asking them about their ingredients list on the back? This is the only time you become this concerned.
These the same people who are walking around with honey buns in their purse. Them honey buns ain't supposed to be in your purse. Got down 2 months. It's not. Stop asking. Shit. I swear, I hate the double standard shit. You can't.
Yeah, that double standard is crazy.
You're making it known that you don't trust me because I'm black owned, not because I'm a small business, because I'm black owned. And that pisses people off. It hurts that you even treat me that way, knowing damn well I'm not even treating you that way as a customer. I'm trying my best to appeal to you, to service you, to give you what you need, to supply you, and you're gonna treat me like I'm less than.
Right.
Thanks. I appreciate you for doing.
Oh my goodness. You could add your business to afrobizworld.com. If you have a business, you can add your business to the list. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I put one out there. I just found the moderngreenbook.net. It's actually all over the US.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And they got the cities on. When you click the state, it's got a whole list of cities.
So we will have to post these to Patreon and to our other social media site. And I am posting actively on Fanbase. But again, I just have to build over there because I have like 2 followers at this point. So yeah, we got to build over there.
Let's do it. Let's go ahead and build.
All right. So any other subjects you want to talk about? Y'all got any fuck around and find out moments that you found on the internet you want to laugh about and kiki about before we dismiss tonight?
Well, I'll say this. I'll say this one. If you hadn't filed your taxes and you one of the people who like to go to the government and let them do your taxes for you on their free site from the IRS, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can't do
Elongated muskrat. Close that down.
Say today. Musky ass. God darn musky ass. Elon Musky ass.
It is gone. They have fired the people who did it. That free service the government had is where you can actually file your returns with the United States government has now been closed down.
But you know what it is? Because the people who profit and make money off of doing this, he lying in their pocket. I'm telling you, they doing this for their
Well, here's the backup plan. If you did use that site to file your taxes for free, you can now go to the United Way, and they will also help you file your taxes for free. If there's a United Way in your area, still a free service to file your taxes. If you've missed a year or whatever, they will help you with that too. So go through the United Way and get your taxes filed for free.
Also,
always one way to skin a cat. Always.
AARP is doing that. And you don't even have to be a member. They actually have locations around different areas. All you have to do is go to the website, aarp.org, put in your zip code, and it'll help you. It's a tax aid locator. They'll find you different locations in your area. You click that, and there's a phone number for you to dial to either call or make an appointment so you can set yourself up, schedule yourself or whatever, or you can actually do the reservation online, whichever more convenient for you. But the fact that they're doing it and you don't even have to be a member, I definitely salute them about that.
That's
all right,
awesome.
So there you go.
That is awesome.
Now, so far as the freeze on the what else happened this week? Lay off the honey buns, Wayne.
Hey, it wasn't about the honey buns. It's about the people who keep them in the purse. So little JJ was be quiet in the stove. Them honey buns been in your purse for 2 months, man. Don't feed JJ that honey bun.
That's nasty.
It ain't even got no cream on it no more. It just melted.
It's just a bun.
Speaking of buns, let me tell y'all something.
What's in your product though?
This is so off the topic of what we're talking about. But speaking of honey buns, years ago when I was a child in Mississippi, you're gonna remember this, Jonathan. We had a lady that owned a penny store, a candy store named Miss Mildred. Miss Mildred used to make cinnamon roll sandwiches. I miss those cinnamon roll sandwiches. This is what was on it. And I know it's gonna sound nasty when I say it. But when I tell you this shit was so good, it was a big old cinnamon roll. She cut that sucker in half and she would toast it for just a little bit. She would fry some bologna and put some mustard on the inside of that cinnamon bun. cinnamon bun,
Mustard.
cinnamon roll, mustard, bologna, slap it together, cut it in half. Best sandwich you ever had.
So
In your
let me caution that, because that's my Aunt Mildred. My Aunt Mildred.
oh
My
man, her
grandfather
mean
did
ass.
that. My grandfather did it. My Aunt Mildred did it. It got it from his great uncle the generation before. It's a special mustard. It's not just any mustard that you get. And
Did
so
she
it's
make it?
and on top of it, well, there's a place you can get it from. And
Oh,
so
fucking good.
right now, the only person who can make that right now is my cousin Roy. He's back in the hometown, and he told me, he said, "Cousin, I'll send some to you. Buy it." And I said, "All right, I have to do that," because I took my girls to the same store.
I'm telling
They
you.
were small, and Roy made them. You can either get a hot link with it or
Yep.
bologna.
Yep.
And if I tell you that cinnamon roll sandwich, our family was famous for that, because nobody else
Yeah.
does that.
So good.
Nobody, only the Smith family. Nobody else does that. And it's a special mustard. It's a little special. Even the links are special. It's not just a run the mill link.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm gonna
it
say it
is
because ain't nobody
amazing.
else. What in the big
I'm-
bakery?
What is what?
What in
What'd
the
you
big
say?
bakery?
What in
That
the
was some
big
big bakery. That was some big bakery behavior there, but that shit was so good. That and Startown burgers, which they don't even taste like they used to taste, but
They sure
Startown
don't.
burgers.
Hey, Ross, listen, stop, because you're trying to make it seem like zebra cakes ain't shit. And what we're not gonna do is attack zebra cakes, because zebra cakes is the shit. But Lil Debbie is trying to turn people. Lil Debbie is on her Big Deborah shit. She done turned Nutty Buddies into an actual pie, like the little soft pies now. I was like, no, I'm not doing this. You
Yeah,
get
come
off.
on now. That's big bakery. That's some
That's
big
some true.
bakery right there.
Like I said, it's like the honey buns come in the pack. She made the Nutty Buddies into a soft little like cake kind of thing. I was like, oh my God.
Well, I'm trying to be healthy, so I can't be eating the cinnamon roll sandwiches and honey buns and zebra cakes. Now they all sound good, but I'm trying to lose my middle because I'm trying to keep all my thighs. And if y'all have ever met me, my thighs are big as fuck. I'll just be honest. And so is my ass.
You know what you invite now.
But this middle, baby, we gotta get this middle back together. Shit. And even them honey buns and stuff ain't gonna do it for me. I gotta get this middle down. Y'all wait till the summertime come. Y'all ain't gonna be able to tell me shit. Huh?
I ain't never got on no ride and had nowhere to hold on to. I'm just saying.
Well, I'm just saying, this is for me personally now. This is for me personally. I really want to be healthy, but at the same time, I want to be, and I'm solid as fuck. I'm not running around here jiggly at all, but still, no cinnamon buns, no cinema buns. I can't even say it. No cinema buns. Okay. Find out moments that I have enjoyed this week. And this week has been hilarious because you got to laugh to keep from crying at some of this. My most enjoyable moments is seeing the ladies who got their job, they're white ladies, who had gotten their jobs through a DEI program, not realizing that they got their jobs through a DEI program until their shock and awe when they were termed from their jobs, because guess what? They found out that they themselves were indeed DEI. And it's so funny. You can go anywhere online and see this now. It's several different ones. It's so many different ones. I didn't even pull any. But I know one woman in particular had made a TikTok saying how brown people were being deported. And I'm glad they're getting rid of these DEI programs because they were the ones messing up the jobs for the rest of us. This lady turned around and did a whole TikTok. And I wouldn't have put myself on blast like that. I just would have kept it to myself. But this is how dumb she is. Got back online and was saying she didn't know she was going to be affected. Because she didn't understand that she too was considered DEI. You a woman. Yes, ma'am. Yes, you are. Are you on
They
mute?
thought DEI meant nigga. That's what they thought.
They thought it did. Yes, they did.
I'm not a nigga, so I'm good.
Found out, didn't you? Ha! They surely did. Now they know. It don't mean that, do it? It means anybody that's not a white
they couldn't work not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think they forgot that.
It's because they thought that they were included in that privilege, not realizing that they want to reserve privilege for straight white males.
They made that known to them.
Oh no, not if you're a white woman. They think it applied to them too.
Why do
Even
you
though they were
think that
taken away.
I'm gonna be honest with you? That's the real reason Hillary did not win. He had nothing to do with the race she ran. They refused. And look, we done let a black man get up here. I'd be damned if we get behind a white woman to lead this country. No.
Right. I tell you, well, that's the state we're in now. That's what we are.
I saw this one. It was a guy. It was a white man who attacked a 14-year-old Latin boy. He was on his bike on the street, just minding his business. White man pulled up to him in a vehicle, attacked him, smacked him around, left him lying on the side of the street, threatened his life, told him, get the F out of my neighborhood. If I ever see you on my street again, I'm gonna kill you. Like he said it multiple times. Somebody's ring doorbell called it, and he attacked that kid, 14-year-old child.
Oh my goodness.
Boy went home, and the only reason the father didn't get involved because he was out of town. But trust and believe, if my 14-year-old son comes home to me blooded because a grown man got on him for just being on the street,
I'm going to jail.
I'm going to
fucking jail.
Well, the man got arrested. So this is the funny part. The man got arrested. And shout out to Tizzy ENT. Follow him. He's been updating the story. Tizzy, the man got arrested. They were in the courtroom. He looked at somebody and he does this. Okay. So what he suggested is, for what he did, I think it's a misdemeanor or small felony, something like this. It's a light charge or whatever. $500. The usual for that is $500 for bond, and then you walk. So he was saying $500, and then I'm walking out of here. Apparently, the person he looked at was his wife. The judge said she was about $5, could be $5 between $2,000. But you know what? I'm gonna take some time to decide. While I decide, sit your ass back in jail. That's funny. It got funnier. Tiz decided, since he reported on this, there's been an update to the story because the people are always sending them stuff. We found him. Tiz said we found him, and they found him on a website called sitonmyface.com.
Stop it.
He's a white man on a website called sitonmyface.com, and he is a sub looking for a dominatrix. Tiz put that out and he said, listen, when he made that known about the $5 and walking, he did that gesture to his wife. So his wife is going to be the one that's supposed to bond him out and everything. Tiz said, make sure before you go bond him out, ma'am, I just want you to see this. And he showed the screenshot. And that was that man's face.
Damn.
On the website.
Damn, Daniel. Damn.
On sitonmyface.com.
Well,
a white male who's a sub looking for a dominatrix. Like,
and I love that guy. He be exposing them, baby. What's his name? What's his tag? The Instagram guy.
Tizzy ENT.
Oh, I
hella
love
funny, yo. Hella funny, yo.
It's funny.
That's
funny.
The ultimate FAFO.
FAFO. I love that came back. That was the same we used to say back in the day, and now it's full-fledged trend, and I love it. I hope it never, ever, ever, ever goes away again. FAFO. Now I do need them because look, I don't understand if it's political correctness or not. Because with Trump in the White House, I don't even see how them two still coexist in the same space. Because there's nothing politically correct about this guy. He's politically incorrect at every level in every turn. And because he is so politically incorrect, I need for us to start saying retarded again. Because Sarah Palin and her goddamn special needs child can stay over there in Alaska. We need to bring retarded back into the vocabulary because there's a lot of retarded mofos out here doing some retarded shit. And they definitely are short bus special. And what's wrong with the world today is they let the retarded MFers commingle with people who are supposedly normal. And now we're in this fucked up situation that we're in because you can't tell me Trump wasn't in the rich people school for retards. That man was in them classes in the basement. Y'all know Trump was in the classes in the basement. And here he is running the country because the other half of the country that's retarded voted him in. ain't nothing politically correct about America, I'm gonna start saying that word. Cause fuck y'all and all the shit y'all on. Retards are running the country. I said it. God damn it. BBWs.
I think that's a mic drop.
Mic drop. The last thing I got to say today. That is my rant. I'm bringing back the word retarded, and if you don't like it, fuck you.
Hey,
that's my rant.
Hey, if he could take away the whole trans community, like, sir,
right.
Fine. Then we will relabel your ass as retarded. We definitely, you fit the mold, you qualify.
Right.
You, sir, is retarded. I just wanted to let everybody know that I forgot to zip up my pants today. And my balls were exposed. Like, he probably does shit like that at home.
Right. So see,
talks to his daughter any kind of way.
Very bad.
That's your daughter, Trump.
Yeah. He might have been touching on her, but let me not say that because I don't know. Allegedly.
Ross, listen, don't. God damn it.
Somebody he need to be on here.
No, he talking about sit on my face.com. He's still stuck on that.
Sit on his face.com. Yeah, Sarah Palin was the reason that we could no longer say the R word. We couldn't say retarded because she had a special needs kid, and she said she felt like that word was as bad as the N word because Black people don't like to be called the N word, and we feel like calling people with special needs retarded is an insult. I wasn't even talking about the people with special needs. Baby.
We don't say that to people who got special needs. We say that to you little dumb motherfuckers who actually think you smart and you not.
Right. That's what we're talking about, not special needs.
That's a retard right there.
Sarah Palin. I can see Russia from my home in Alaska. How do y'all forget about her? I bet she 100% supports Trump. She'll fall on her sword for that man. If y'all don't remember Sarah Palin, go look her up. I'm not going to spend too much energy on her.
Yeah. Former governor, the former governor of Alaska.
Oh, you was about to say the fucked up governor of Alaska.
I'm gonna just say she ain't getting enough sunlight in her day. That's what happened.
Something going on there. But that's it. That's all I got tonight. Y'all got anything else? I'm out of words. I'm out of mental
space. That's it for me, guys. That's it for me.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, look, thank you all for your commentary. We've said some things in this podcast tonight. I hope YouTube allows the entire thing to air. But again, censorship is a thing. So if it does come to that, please find us on Patreon. We will put this up on there.
And eventually.
Hey, for now, YouTube, hold it down. God damn it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for now it's YouTube. We're here. So thank you all for your time. Ross, once again, we're going to do a whole background. It's going to say Ross is the man because that's the only way I know to really give you a thank you for always.
Ross is the boss.
Ross is the boss. God darn it. King Forday on the 4040 Network. Thank you so much. Dejana, thank you for joining. Whoever watches this after the fact, please like, share, subscribe, not only to the 4040
and
Network,
comment.
but to comment to the I Am World Media Group and to Jonathan Hawkins.
I am Jonathan Hawkins.
I am Jonathan Hawkins. All three are on YouTube. Yep. You can find us on the other social media platforms. I'm going to link my link tree. Wayne has his information up and Jonathan has his information up. When they send it to me, I'll drop it on mine too. But we thank you all. Have a beautiful night. We are out until next week.
We go. Thursday. 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. Dylan's Dive Boy will be back with another refill. Y'all need to get reacquainted because I'm telling you, she coming back with an all-new season. So go get your refills. Thursday, 9:30 Eastern. I Am World Media Group only on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. And that is it. Y'all have a beautiful night. God bless. Talk to you later. Bye.